It's real dark. Gotta find a spark to illuminate the past so we don't go astray. Gotta listen to what John and Yancy gotta say. Get woke. Time to get woke.
Hello, America, and my name is John Haynes. Welcome to Get Woke. My name is John Haynes. I'm here with my co-host and friend, Yancy Seals.
What's up, everybody? You know, we cracking it. We had a little inside joke before we came on the air. You know, I called John a patriot, and he didn't get it at first, and then all of a sudden he got it. He said, what the hell are you talking about? What you calling a goddamn patriot?
I know, man.
So, what's up, John? How you doing, boy?
How you doing, man? I was all messed up when we came. I didn't even remember the name of this show. Like, what? Okay. Hey, man, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. You know, just chugging along, man. Chugging along. Got a vision. How about you, bro?
That's how you do. Doing well, man. Had an excellent weekend. Went out to the beach and hung out for a little while. It was excellent. It was just an excellent, relaxing weekend, which I was looking for anyway. You know, no ties, nothing. Just go.
Just go. Yeah, just go. It's funny. We went to the beach too, man. We went out to the beach. There's this thing in here in Stratford, and it's called Blues on the Beach, right? So, man, we went out there. We had tents, barbecue. I was ready to go. It was all great. And then thunder and lightning, brother.
I figured that would happen. That sounds like it.
Thunder and lightning. We was like, I'm out. I don't play with thunder, especially on the beach. Lightning on the beach. Now I'm good. We're out. Yeah. You know, I lived in Hawaii way too long to understand what could happen. You know. Yeah. But it was still relaxing. It was still relaxing for a minute. There's some good bands out here, man. I was surprised. I was surprised with a horn line, and they play funk, and they play good stuff. They play a variety of things.
Is that right?
One of the things they do play
right until the storms came.
Yeah.
Right until the storms came.
When the man said, when the man said, alert, this is an alert, and I was like, okay, something's wrong. This is emergency alert, right? We have to clear the beach. There's an electrical storm coming this way. And when I'm out, told my wife to the car. We grabbed our grandson and my chairs, and we booked, bro. I'm like, I'm out. Yeah. So, you know, it was crazy.
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's up with you, John, man? What's going on with you, man? Because there's not a whole lot to talk about, man, because nothing happened last week.
Nothing happened yesterday. Man, look.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys...
excuse us, guys, as John and I have a light battery amongst ourselves, because nothing happened in the world, so...
Yeah, right. Just so y'all, but look, you guys all know, unless you live under a rock, you all know that your president or the president of the United States had a speech on the 16th. Well, it was a public address, a national address.
What was the speech about, John?
It was literally nothing. He said that it was supposed to be some big breaking news, man. And that's something that nobody has ever heard before, and everybody was all ready, right? Everybody was ready. It was nothing. Everything he talked about had already been litigated, had already been checked out, had already been adjudicated. Every last one of them, right?
Was it full of lies?
Election. Yes, absolutely. The election security is what his main goal was. Okay, and that was litigated. I think the number was 52 times, and they lost every single time. What he talked about had already been litigated. It wasn't nothing new.
Yeah, I heard him say that he told this big fat orange stank lie. He said that that there was 273,000 accounts of fraud going on. He told a fat butt lie.
That was a lie.
All he did was tell a fat butt lie. I don't know how you guys support this fat butt liar. I don't get it.
It was a lie. But see, I have to remember that Trump said, I like uneducated people. Okay, now I'm not, that's what he said. No, that's his words. I didn't say that. I like uneducated people because you know why? Uneducated people are not going to go check it out. They're going to listen at face value and believe what he tells you, right? I don't believe what any politician tells me at face value. I go and check it out. But he's on national TV telling people these lies. And some of them, the MAGA crowd, will believe it.
All of
and
them.
it's yeah, well, and even
It's
if they
safe to
don't,
say it. Let's say that.
even if they don't believe it, they're not going to say that it's not true. Some of them are waking up. I listened to some people
Mhm.
go like, "Yo, man, what does he know?" Even his own people told him not to do. You know, the thing that really cracks me up is because in 2020, his people were in charge. They were in charge. They checked it out. His security people, his all of them, his cyber people checked all this out and said there was nothing. His people.
Yeah. His AG said it. His AG
Yeah,
came and told him, "There's nothing.
there was
This is
there's nothing
bullshit."
there.
These
There's
exact
nothing there.
words.
You're like, there's nothing there. Keep it going. You know, keep it rolling. But he keeps continue falling back to that. And
Hmm.
the thing that it is he's see what I believe he's attempting to do is to make the 2026 election about 2020 by telling his people they cheated, they stole it, da 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 da, to try to make it to where when all of the people come out and vote against him, he's going to say, up, there we go. It's not true. It can't be true. I told you guys back in July that this is what was happening, right?
Hmm.
We all know that they're going to, even his people know that they're going to get beat in a straight up election in the
Yeah.
2026 midterms
Yeah.
because they haven't delivered anything, Yancy. Nothing.
Mm-mm. This is
Nothing.
why they're working so. This is why they're working so hard, John. They're working extremely hard to get the vote out of your hand, to tell these fat butt lies, and they're working. What they're trying to do is confuse. They're throwing a whole lot of shit against the walls. What they're going to grab? Somebody's going to grab some of this crap. I know they
Yeah.
will, but that's all it's
Yep.
about. It's confusion. So you guys, you get woke, family. Let me tell you guys something. Take some time and understand what the policies are this man is spouting. Understand that. Just take a few minutes and look at it. I know it ain't the fun thing to do like John and I. This is what we do all day. We
This is what we
love
do.
this.
Yeah.
But
This is
you
what we
gotta
do.
just take a minute or two and just read that and see what that dude's talking about. He's crazy, man. There's something wrong
Yeah,
with
no,
him.
he has mental problems. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something, right? Of course, Yancy and I communicated before the speech, right? Yancy was there with a pad, a pencil, and everything. I was here with a pad. We were here to make
Mhm.
notes and take notes so we could actually check out the things that he was gonna say to make sure that okay, would this really happen? This really happen? It was all a lie. When I started hearing it, I'm like, well, what's the new stuff? If you go to his website, most of it is redacted. But if you go to his website, you know what the conclusion I came out with that most people do come out with? He's basically
Right.
telling everybody that Russia interfered or attempted to interfere with the election on his behalf. Basically, that's what it is. And they
Yeah.
didn't even get a chance to do it, but they were sending out stuff on his behalf.
Hmm.
He was the guy in charge. I mean, I don't understand how MAGA people don't see this. Even if you don't get politics, right?
Well, he said that China hacked our system, stole the voter rolls, and there's no evidence of that whatsoever. Because, first of all, John, you don't have to hack our system. You can just buy them for free.
Thank
It's
you.
there. It's available.
It's
They're available.
available.
You ain't got to
They're
hack
available.
nobody. He don't want to say Russia did it. He don't want to say Russia.
No, I know.
Because remember that big old fight, Russia, 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 Russia. It was Russia who
Yeah.
who tried to interfere with those elections. That's who it
Yep.
was. But he
That's
didn't
what
want
it
to say that.
was.
So he says China. It was China. So he
Look,
said it was
like
China.
you said, like exactly like you said, that most people don't know. Like you can buy those. You can buy the voter
Yeah.
rolls. They do that. How do you think you get all these letters in the mail sometimes with your
Right.
name on it? So you can buy them. It's not
Yeah.
like they have to hack in and find them. But see, this is what he's telling people
Hmm.
because he's attempting to discredit the 2026 elections. Like Yancy said, good woke family people, the good woke people, y'all, and tell your friends and stuff, don't fall for the okie doke. Look,
Hmm.
if there was something serious out there, Yancy and we would tell you about it because we don't have, I mean, I'm not like, way far left or far right. We're about, credibility.
Hmm.
And if I read something, if I saw something, I'm like, hold up, y'all, this ain't good, this ain't right, but that's not what's happening here. This man is attempting to use you
Hmm.
for his
Yes.
good and his family's good and the 1%. I hate the term, but it's the truth. These 1%, the people that own these corporations on the top part, they're making billions of dollars off of us.
Lots of money. Lots of money. I mean, think about it, you guys. Look what he's doing today. He's telling people, you give me $100,000 monthly fee to join Truth Social. And what does that get you? Yeah, it gets you an early announcement before my post. So I'll let you know early before I post something, and you'll know. What does that mean? He's telling his cronies, the millionaires and billionaires, give me $100,000, and when I go and say something against that's going to change the stock market, you're going to know first.
There you go. There you
You're
go.
going to know.
This
You're going to know first. So they're going to pay that $100,000 a month because that ain't shit to what they're going to make.
no, this is how they're manipulating the market. And it is illegal, but he keeps doing it. I mean, the thing is that a law is only as good as the enforcement of that law. I mean, we learn that in school. If there's no enforcement of the law or no appetite to enforce the law, it's a no good law. Nothing's going to happen. As being
Mhm.
you know what? I remember when I was when I was becoming a law enforcement officer, and they told me the same thing. It's the law. So he said spitting on the ground is actually a crime.
Mhm.
Enforcing that was in California at the time.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, we're not going to enforce spitting on the ground. You know
Yeah.
that. So it's really
But,
no. It's a no
but
good
it's
law.
there if they want to take your ass on in, they can
Oh,
take
if
your
they
ass
want
on.
to get you, yes, yeah. If they
They can
want
take
to
your
get
ass
you
in
in, and
any
they
good
needed,
damn reason.
they needed just one more thing, they'll be like external expulsion of bodily fluids in a common area or something that makes it look like ooh, you know.
So basically, he pissed him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they taught us how to do that. Believe it or not, y'all, they taught us how to make it sound like, oh my God, yeah, he went by a tree and he peed. I mean, come on.
He expelled some infectious bodily fluids onto a tree.
Yep. Onto a public onto a onto a public in a public area or something like that or owned a privately area or something to make it sound really bad like oh he's a really bad guy but and they do that a lot with a lot of different things, man. But it's really a shame that he was given a half an hour 30 minutes to do that.
Really is.
And people will believe it,
Yeah.
But pass this on to your friends. Tell people,
Yeah.
the facts. Go to the site and check it out. If you want me to, I'll send you a breakdown of what he lied about and how he lied. That's just craziness. It's just insane.
But then again, that's not really necessary because when he opens his mouth, he's lying. So don't worry about
Pretty
it.
much. You actually,
As soon
how
as
do
he
you know
opens his
when
mouth,
Donald
he's
Trump
lying.
is lying? He says something. I mean,
Yeah, he
it,
lying. Trust me, he lying.
which
It's
is
called a
which is sad. It's horrible because we are being, just to go to the Republican Party, right? Which I mean, I used to be a part of. I am ashamed to say I
lie.
used to be a Republican because right now Republicans are they're terrible. They're terrible people. People that support Republicans, they're terrible people. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. This is the truth. You're horrible
Mhm.
people, right? You believe in you allow a pedophile to lead you. You allow, I mean, think about this. You allow a felon to lead you. I don't care if it's Donald Trump. It's any that's not the Republican Party that I knew.
Yeah.
You allow somebody that has been charged with sexual assault to lead you, right? And to be it was okay. You're allowing a person to actually break laws in the open.
Mhm.
I mean, that's not the Republican Party I knew. They used to break laws, but they would make these big old things to cover it up. They don't even cover
Mhm.
nothing up now.
No, not anymore. Not anymore. You don't need to do that. Donald Trump's in office. You ain't got to do all that. It doesn't make no sense. John, I have a suggestion. This is a good suggestion. I suggest that we create a independent commission for either party. Let's say you got two independents, two Greens, and something else. No public, no Democrat, no Republican. An independent commission. When the president get on the TV and lie, these people have to go in and say, "No, you're wrong. We got to penalize you for that. You owe money for that. This has got to stop. This
Yes,
has got to stop, man,
yes.
because people's lives are dependent on this. People's lives depend on this dude over here telling these fat, nasty, stinking ass lies. Case in point, just a couple days ago, a few days ago, yeah, we took away Iran. We knock out all their buildings, all their weapons. Ain't got no military, everything. Just yesterday, he said, "Oh, we destroyed, decimated their military." I thought you did that a while ago.
A while ago, when you spent all that money, you sent all those bombs over there, and you bombed when you first bombed them, when you got talked into it by Israel to first attack a sovereign nation in which you were in negotiations with, in which you were in the last part of the negotiations, in which it was a negotiation that was going to be good for everybody, right?
Mhm.
Then you bombed them, okay,
Yeah.
because of Israel. That doesn't make sense, man. We're in this. See, this is
So
what I'm
these
saying. The
lies.
Republican. Go ahead.
These lies has got to stop, especially when American people needs good, correct, factual information.
I
But to just lie.
Exactly. Exactly. Especially now when you need factual information. It was ridiculous that he's allowed to come on air, like you were saying, and lie. I like the idea about some type of commission that will tell people, okay, that you can't do that. You shouldn't. You can't go into a theater and yell fire when they were teaching me
Right.
law. That you can't go into a
Mhm,
theater and yell fire because that's illegal. Okay, that has nothing to do with the First Amendment. That's illegal. Okay, and because it can cause harm to humans, individuals. What he's
mhm,
doing is causing harm and has caused harm into individuals and people. We're gonna get if we're gonna get to this war, and then first off, it's illegal because he never went to Congress to get the funding to do this,
mhm,
right? You supposedly you have 60 days before you are held accountable to Congress to explain why you have attacked these people and about the money that you're spending. We are spending billions of dollars a day
mhm.
shooting off these missiles, okay, at Iran. And Yancy, this is something that's serious that people are not taking too much attention about. We have now
Mhm.
allowed this man to commit war crimes,
Mhm.
right? He bombed a civilian infrastructure. He bombed what is it? I think a desalination plant. You that is that's a war crime. You're
Mhm.
not supposed to be able to do civilian infrastructure or target civilians, right?
Mhm.
I don't understand how, and then Congress is continuing to allow it to happen.
Yeah.
This
Um,
is this is serious.
Again, and this independent commission, they can go to them and say, "Hey, you guys screwed up. You guys did this. You guys owe that family. You guys owe whoever because you screwed up. You can't. This has got to stop. This simply got
Man,
to stop."
the people, the military people that died that have given their lives for nonsense. It's not about freedom of America. It's not
Mhm.
about protecting America. It's not about that. These people, these veterans, these patriots that lost their lives simply because we have a deficient president who has a mental problem and who has an ego problem and has gotten us into a war that we have lost. We're not winning this.
Mhm. Two more,
And
two more veterans, military people died this weekend. Two.
that
Two.
they've reported.
It was a private. That's reported. It was a private Gonzalez lady, and it was a second lieutenant guy. She's only
From Hawaii.
19 years old. Private E1 just got in the military.
See,
Just walked in.
this is what I'm saying,
19.
man.
Now she's gone.
This is what I'm saying, man. I'm gonna tell you that I have someone that I know that has a family member that was that's over in Jordan. When I heard they hit Jordan, I was like, oh my God. Well, what they did was they've evacuated people into certain areas,
Mhm.
into hotels and stuff like that. And this is what Iran has said, okay, that we know that you have evacuated your personnel into hotels in different areas. It told the hotels that he said that you're using the people of that region as human shields. But then he told them, his surrounding neighbors, he told them, if you house American soldiers and American personnel, we're going to target your hotel as a military target
Mm.
because that is our military. That is that's our goal is to stop the military. We're going to use that as a military target. When he said that, I was like, but think of everybody goes, oh, that's terrible. Why? Why is it terrible? It's not terrible. This is war.
Mhm.
And it's terrible for our people and it's terrible for the innocent people that are going to probably die. But all Trump has got to do is stop.
Mhm.
And he's trying to say that, oh, well, they need to stop doing this, they need to stop doing that. Look, you did this. The Strait of Hormuz was closed again. Well, we want the Strait of Hormuz open. Then if the Strait of Hormuz opens, he goes back victory. The Strait of Hormuz was open before you decided to poke the bear.
Sure was. Wide open. Gas prices was down. He poked the bear, and what did happen? They shut it down. For no reason. For no good
No,
reason.
for no reason at all,
No reason.
other than the fact is that Benjamin Netanyahu wants that as the greater. Well, he wants Iran gone because they're the only people that can actually really check him. Okay,
Mhm.
and he's looking at the greater Israel project, and the man I believe is evil. The man is bad. He's killing people. He's killing children. He's killing women and children. He wants this war, and he keeps edging it on. And he's got a
Mhm.
president in that is attempting to cover up all the dirt he's done. And as long as there's a war going on, then he doesn't have to worry about being held accountable for the
Mhm.
dirt that he's doing right now at home. And the same
Right.
thing with Netanyahu, because he's a criminal also that's on trial.
Mhm.
I mean,
We got you got to do is ask yourself. Just simply ask yourself, why didn't the other presidents go into war with Netanyahu to go fight Iran? Why did they do it? Simply because they saw no win out of it. They saw no win
dude,
out of it. Because if they shut that Hormuz area down, you screwed. So they said that don't make no sense. Make no
not
sense.
only not only
But
us,
they
the whole world is screwed.
yeah, so they found a fool in a black suit, orange face, dumb as hell. I'll do it, sir. I'll do it. Here he is. And
He's
now
talking.
he's shooting smoke up your asses, you guys, you Trump supporters, and you guys are falling for it, hook, line, and sinker. Believe it.
I mean, you talk about low IQ. What he's doing over there is the lowest IQ that he's a low IQ person a lot of bombs and an
Mhm.
unlimited amount of money because we keep continuing to pay him. This is really insane. And I don't understand how America, I do understand how America, one of the reasons why America has gotten to the point it is because of white supremacists and the Heritage Foundation, which they're moving forward with their project, which is what brought this on.
Mhm.
I stumbled upon it years ago because they're attempting to bring on what they consider the final war that they want to happen. And they're really getting ready to get it. I'm really concerned, to be honest with you, because they're be Iran is being helped by Russia and China. I don't blame them, you know, because they're our enemy. I mean, we should be we're lucky that nothing has actually happened here in the homeland yet.
Mhm. Right,
We're really lucky,
right, right, right.
you
Uh,
know. And the longer it goes, the more concerned I get, to be honest with you. Be really open. The longer it goes, I'm like, these people are planning something huge,
yeah, yeah.
or Israel is planning a false flag event. See, this is a this goes deep, y'all. This goes really deep, really, really deep.
It's not something that you can just scratch open and find the truth, but you got to do a whole lot of digging behind this and just keep on going and keep on going. But all this stuff it interconnects. We're talking about now. He's talking about the Save America Act. What does this dude do? He uses Lindsey Graham's death and says,
Yes,
Congress, you guys pass this American Support Act, whatever Act, American Voter Act,
yeah. Save America,
all in
vote
the
America.
name of Lindsey Graham.
Okay, now they said, like I said last week, everybody says, "Why don't talk bad about the dead?" I'm not talking bad. I'm talking what he was doing. This man was evil. Period. He was totally evil.
Mhm.
He was a war hawk. He wanted blood. He wanted a war. He
Warhawk.
needed a war. He
Mhm.
was a war hawk. That's all he wanted was war. The thing is, the Save America Act is not going to do anything that is different for America. When you go,
Right.
I've registered people to vote. Okay, when you have to have a city or state ID. I mean, well, some places say you have to have like a registered type of identification where you had to show it to get it. Right now, if you show a license or a state ID, we have with the what is it called the one they put a little gold star on, right? If that's
Yeah,
not good enough
the
for
real
you to
ID.
register, the real
Yeah.
ID. If that's not good enough for you to register, then what do we have the real ID for?
Yeah. My thing is like this, John. It's just this simple. I have never voted ever in my life and not ever showed my ID.
You
You already
man,
showing your ID
you have
when you go
to.
vote. Yeah.
You have
What are
to.
you
I
what are you
remember,
talking about?
man, look, I remember one time in Hawaii, I got off from work and I rushed over to go and vote, right? And I left my wallet in the car. We stood in line, and when we got to the point, I was like, she said, she goes, ID, and I'm like, oh no. I had to go all the way back to my car and then rush, and then she said, look, when you come back in, just come up to the door, okay? Because you were here. I forgot it. You know, it's in my car. I had to go. You cannot vote without an ID.
Oh. So
You
the
know, but
thing
he's
is,
trying
they
to.
really want is that they want to get rid of mail-in voting. Why? Why do they want to get John, please tell this happy audience exactly why they want to get rid of mail-in voting.
That I know of because well, first off, Donald Trump has used mail-in voting all the time. Okay, so I don't understand why he wants to get. But you, for my thing is, he loses when it comes from mail. You vote early, you mail it in, and you vote early, and they don't. You got to still you have to be a registered voter in order to get it. What do you think? Why do you think? Why do you think he wants to get rid of
The
mail-in
reason
voting?
he want to get rid of voting because that is the platform that the majority of Democrats use.
That's true.
Voting.
But Republicans use it too.
Republicans use it too, no doubt about it.
You know,
But
every
Democrats use it more.
man, look, with you,
But
and then
and hey, it's okay with it. It's okay to do early voting, mail-in voting. Who the hell want to feel like to go? I don't want to do that. I can mail it in a couple months ago, and here it is. It ain't
I
gonna
mail
mind.
it in. I mail it in, and then there you go. I mean, you know,
Yeah,
it's already
you're done.
done. I don't have to go
Yeah,
stand in line. I don't have to
yeah,
because sometimes, and well, up until not too long ago, they didn't have to pay you in order to actually to go and vote. You had to do it before you went to work or after you got off.
right, right.
Now they got to, I think federally they got to give you 2 or 3 hours in order to go to vote. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, because I remember I was in Vegas and two of my front end people had to go and vote, and I had to give them
Right.
2 hours off. I was mad as hell. Anyway, I had to give them 2 hours. I was mad as hell, man. I was like, "Why did you vote yesterday? Why did you come on, man? This mess up my schedule. I got to go sit up front now and register people." Anyway,
Mhm. Yeah.
but see, that's how important it is. Again, he loves uneducated people because people are not going to understand that what he's calling for is not all this is a delay type of thing,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Donald Trump wants to like yes, he said earlier in the program, he's attempting to cause chaos. They
Mhm.
have a thing called strength through chaos, pressure from above, pressure from below, and it winds up in the middle. is where the chaos comes, and then they wind up. There's a psychological term, but they wind up making money and controlling people through that chaos because people
Mhm.
don't know what to do. And then they're
Right.
like, and then they can control by passing laws or
Mhm.
that kind of thing
Right.
in the chaos. Like right now, if there's chaos in the street and that kind of stuff, he can say, okay, martial law, and then he can delay the voting.
Yeah.
However, what we have to understand with this say that would just hit my brain. The Constitution clearly states that the federal government has nothing to do with the election, where the elections are held, how they're held in the states. They have nothing to do with that.
Correct.
That's a
Right.
state rule type of thing.
Right.
What he's attempting to do is to inject himself into this
Mhm.
into nationalized voting, which will basically once again
Mhm.
centralize power into the presidential office, which is not
Right.
what we need.
No, you don't need that. And what he's doing is as well, he's also making the states, if you don't turn over your voter rolls to me so we can go through your voter rolls, you're going to lose some of your funding.
And
And
that's illegal.
they're pushing back. That's very much illegal. And they're pushing back
That's
on it as
illegal.
well. You know,
They
so,
have to. Listen, every time Donald Trump goes to court on some of his cockamamie delay tactics, he loses. But if you remember in the beginning, we said Project 2025 said we are going to flood the zone. By the time they get through the court system, what we want to do will already be done.
we done.
This is
Sorry.
in Project 2025.
You guys thought that document was fake, didn't you? It's a playbook and they're working it.
And it's
John,
working. Yeah.
does Democrats have a Project 2028?
No, not that I know of. No.
No,
The
no,
Democrats,
no,
I'm really
no.
concerned because, I mean, they don't have that I know of, they do not have a plan
Hmm.
except for Trump bad, look at Trump, Trump bad. That's not going to get it.
Hmm.
Okay. That is not going to get it.
Yeah,
You need to have a plan and you need to be working that plan
yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm not one of them blind ass Democrats that just run around here and I know, oh, I'll vote D because it's voting D.
Right.
No, 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 no.
Absolutely. Democrats' biggest problem is like this, John. They're so quick to take care of a wounded animal. You know, the Democrats, in other words, the Democrat gets the House and the Senate back. What do they care about? Putting America back in place. Putting America back in place, as opposed to helping the people who need shit, who's been screwed over by this current administration.
Administration.
You
And
can't just say, okay, now we got it. Let's put that back. Let's put that. No, there's things you need to take care of first.
and maybe it doesn't need to be put back the way it was.
Maybe it
Okay.
does not,
And maybe it
because
does.
if
Maybe you
if
need to.
if there's problems with it, there's holes in it. Fix those holes. He identified a lot of areas that we have problems with. Let's give him that. Give him
Yeah,
that. He's
yeah,
identified a
yeah,
lot of
yeah.
areas that need to be fixed. So fix the hole, but we got to take care of the people first. And first of all, get his dumb ass out, snatch all that gold shit off the goddamn walls, snatch Barron's long ass out the goddamn White House, kick Pamela Melania in the ass, put her ass out, and put his two sons in goddamn jail. That's what
Well,
has to
yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Just
Well,
that.
that needs to happen. That needs to happen. His sons are, man, good God, they're like making money off of this crap. They, like you said, then they know this. See, this is the reason why when I said earlier, if you believe in your heart that these people are not going to pull out all the stops in order to
Mhm,
stay in power, you don't understand what's happening right now.
mhm,
Because if they do, they're going to jail. Their Speaker of the House said so. They're going to go to prison. The reason why he said that, or they're going to be investigated, the reason why he said that is because they're committing criminal acts
mhm,
against
mhm.
the people of the United States of America,
Right.
y'all.
Right. The thing about you guys are not getting here is that this dude in this terrible economy, what he's doing, he's spending money on stuff that doesn't make sense. question to you. Here's my question. In your household, if your car is running well, it's all right, and your kid, you need food, what are you gonna do? Put more something else onto the car or that is not needed, or pay and get your kid some food. He's building a goddamn ballroom that wasn't needed. He built a goddamn archway which is not goddamn needed. Come on. He wants to put up names on every goddamn thing which is not needed. This is stuff he's doing that's not needed. Why is he doing this? That's my biggest question, John. Why? What is it?
because
He plan on not
because
leaving?
no, he's he is a he's a tyrant, man. Donald Trump is he wants to he's a king. He wants to be a king. That's why he puts his name on everything. That's why
I
like
get
he's
that, but he's spending the money on a ballroom. He probably won't get a chance to use. Understand why is he doing all that? Is he not going? He say, "Fuck, I'm gonna stay the rest of my life." Is he not going to leave?
either, you know what, I have either that or he's attempting to bankrupt America, man. I mean, he's already done that basically.
God.
Which like I posted something the other day, and I said he's an enemy agent because he's actually destroying America. So we
Mhm.
should treat him as an enemy agent. I mean, you
Hey,
look at
John,
if you look at
when last time you heard a Republican talk about the debt? Basically, their biggest word, huh?
Yeah. Oh, the debt. Yeah. Well, we're so far in debt right now. We're never gonna get my grandkids will be paying for this crap that he's doing right now. It doesn't. They see. This is the thing that gets to me is that they're spending all this money. He's just spending money for useless things while education is going. People they left it to the states. Well, the states don't have money in order to pay for a lot of the different special programs that needed for people, and so there's students that are actually suffering. Of course, he said that he does not like educated people.
Mhm.
Okay. So I mean, there's just so much that's going on right now that we have to pay attention to. By the time that if we get him out of office, if we get all of the Republicans out, and I'm saying this now as a clean sweep. Okay, if you support what this guy's doing, if you're not up, you know, telling everybody that this is wrong, then you're part of part of his regime. You need to be out of office. Okay. I don't care who you are. You need to be out of office unless you're working for the American people. You cannot be working for a foreign country. You cannot be paid by a foreign country
Mhm.
and run America.
Makes
I
sense to me.
It's just that simple to me.
Makes
All
sense to
right.
me.
it, we have to be able to, you know what, look, when let me talk to you Republicans, really, you guys. One last ditch. Okay, look, seriously, guys, look.
Raise your goddamn hand, and Republicans. He's talking to you.
You in
Raise
the
your
back
hand.
row, you in the back row, listen. Listen, okay, number one, the if you the border. Okay, let's look at the border. I want to talk about that for a second, real brief. I don't want people that are not registered that are not in this country legally. I don't want them in here either. Okay, if you're committing a crime and you're in this country, self-deport or we will get you. But the reason why there was they're like, well, there was a flood at the border. The reason why at that time there was a flood at the border when Biden was in office was because of COVID-19.
Yeah,
Every country around the world that provided health care to people, there was a flood. And that's the reason why the numbers were so high.
that's
So
correct.
don't go for the okey doke like, well, he just opened the borders. He let them in. No, that's ridiculous. That's not what happened. He's lying to you. That's not
Hmm.
what happened.
Yeah.
That's why the border has so many people coming in. All
Mhm.
right. So the laws of the border, I believe with a strong border. I believe with having strong border control. Okay. I don't believe in open borders, and I don't know nobody that really. Most people do not.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the economy. I believe that we should have a fair and prosperous and vibrant economy. Right now, the economy is in the tank. How much have you paid for gasoline?
Mhm.
It just reached $4 a gallon, and normal in most places right now.
Mhm.
All right, but how much have you paid for meat? When's the last time you ate a good steak? I mean,
Mhm.
when's the last time you took your family out for dinner? When's the last time you enjoyed life? The
Mhm.
economy is not without putting it on a credit card. The economy is really not doing well. I
Mhm.
believe that taxes. I believe that if we pay, we should pay a small amount of tax as possible, but we should be taking care of the things that we need to take care of our people,
Mhm.
right? We need to provide safety nets for people. We need to actually do that. I agree with that. All of that I think you and I agree with too.
Yeah.
Republicans agree with also. I don't want to be spending my money on wars that we do not need, on wars that actually are killing people for no reason. Billions of dollars a day on an unnecessary elected war. That's your and I tax dollars that's going to waste when we could be filling potholes, we could be giving people health care, we could be helping children in school that need special needs.
Right.
This is not the America that we know, that we can agree upon.
Mhm. 77% of all Americans believe we're in an unjust war.
Well, we are,
70,
yeah,
72% believe that the person who's handling the economy should not be handling the economy. 69% that Democrats feel that Democrats are best with the economy. Every single time that the
every time,
economy was fucked up by
every time,
a Republican, who came in and fixed it?
every time.
A
Go
Democrat.
check it.
Every
Go check it.
single time.
Please go check it. Google it. Go check it.
Every
The
time.
re- the Republicans spend money like drunken sailors and get us into a big problem, and then we elect a Democrat, and a Democrat actually fixes the situation, and then we elect another Republican because they sell us on all this crap, and then they
Mhm.
spend money like drunken sailors and get us back into a hole again. And right now the hole is so deep, I don't even know if we're going to be able to get out. To be honest with you,
Donald Trump had two terms. He's working on his second term now. His first term was absolutely fucked up, and he's fucking up his second term. Hey, it is what it is. You guys voted for him. He's your man. So you deal with it. You deal with it.
but
He's your man.
the white supremacists, just let me speak to you for a second, right? And I know, you may not like me because of the color of my skin. What else do you have? Why else do you not like me? Black people have done everything in this country more than they have ever asked. We more than what white people has done for this country. And when you say white people, that's a block of people that they created, because most of the people
Mhm.
that they call white were Germans, they were Scandinavians, they were Italians, they're Irish. They're not, but they had to put y'all into a block called white people, right?
Mhm.
What my whole thing is, why do you not like black people, and why are you want us to fail? Why do you always go out and try to kill us and have us fail? Why do you hang us? Why?
That's that is the $6 million question. I've asked that question on many occasions. Why do they not like us? What is it? Just tell me what the fuck
I
it
mean,
is.
look, we went to war. We fought and died to come back home and to be lynched in the
Mhm.
uniform you served in World War One. This happened in go check the facts. Right? World War II, it was segregated, right? We had to go and prove, black people had to go and prove that yeah, we can fight damn good. I mean, and then
Mhm.
you fought a war for this country to free other people in other countries, and then you come back home and you're not freed, and you're called boy, you're redlining, you can't get a loan for a house. They don't give you the GI loan until later on down the road. Then they start approving black people. These are all facts. Please go and check it. Please
Mhm.
go check it. It's easy nowadays. Ask Google.
Yep. And
you
then,
know
and
i
then,
mean
and then if your community gets too big and start vibrant and making whole lot of money, you know what's gonna happen then. Then the government gonna come in and send airplanes above ground over and start blowing your ass up.
well, I've had, again, you tell them, why can't black people just do their own? Why they can't do nothing? Because every time black people do, the United States government destroys it. right? When black people
Roswell.
had their own, yeah, when we had our own economy, thriving, having fun, creating things like jazz, creating things in science, the
Oklahoma.
shit that you use all the time. There's, like you said, there's Oklahoma, there's Rosewood, right? There's
Yeah.
Seneca Village. We can go on.
Yeah.
I can name them all. You can keep going on and on and on. There's even a lake that you guys go on now that's buried that they actually flooded a black community because they wanted a lake. I mean, every
Mhm.
single time black people start thriving, the United States government decides they want to destroy it.
Mhm.
These are white supremacists, and
Mhm.
we're still loyal.
And the ones who are on the mall on a July 4th birthday, the same ones. It was about 400 of them. You remember?
Yeah,
There was in
yeah.
blue and tan. That was them. That was them. There's march on the mall.
I
They
mean,
are welcomed. They're welcomed.
they're welcomed, right? But if I had 40 or 50 black people in faces covered up where you can't identify us with glasses on, where you can't see our eyes, and we decide we're going to march down on the mall in Washington, D.C., I can guarantee you that there's going to be an officer that's going to say, "Excuse me, gentlemen, I need to see your face. You can't cover up your face like that in March. This is very disturbing to us. You're actually scaring some of the public. So, we're going to have to ask you to leave, or we're going to have to ask you to identify yourself or something like that." And they would be well within their rights to do that. Okay. However, they don't do it when it's the white supremacists, because most of them are their
Yeah.
neighbors or their friends or their brothers or their cousins or their friends. Because let's face it, right? They have intertwined themselves into every aspect of government and of law enforcement and of in the United States, period. Um, Look, I hate, like, again, last week we were saying, but here's what we do on this show. We explain to you what the problem is. We don't just talk about the problem. We don't just rant and rave. We explain to you what the problem is and we give you a solution. You just got to listen. Not that Yancy and I are right, right? If you have a different idea, then please, you got to let us know. Contact us. You know how to do it. Contact us. We'll have you on the show. If you are a person that says that's not true and you can back that up, right? With evidence, you got to bring what they call receipts. If you can't bring receipts, then don't even worry, because I could tell you that there's an alien guy that's running the country. I could tell you that Donald Trump is actually an alien, and you would go like, really? I mean, it's crazy. But if you have receipts,
He is
then
a fool. So
yeah, he does speak with forked tongue. But anyway, listen, man, I don't know. This has been a week. I pray for the people who have children that are in the military right now. I really do, because if this doesn't stop, this is going to be really bad news. And also,
yeah,
public service announcement, y'all. If you're eating salad, like I learned to like salad, right? You got to check out. Don't be doing iceberg lettuce and don't get bag lettuce and that kind of stuff, because people are having explosive diarrhea, man. This shit it ain't funny. This is people are getting sick. People are getting sick. This is
yeah.
one
Some of
one
the
thing.
Well, that's because Doge walked in and cut a lot of the FDA funding.
Yep.
And now they can't find pee pee or piss or urine or feces in your damn food, because that part of the FDA has
It's
been deemed
gone.
to be unnecessary.
See, and this is what we were talking about. Thank you, Yancy. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't even plan on tying that in, but he's right, because we don't have people to actually inspect anymore. So that way this stuff doesn't get through. Because
Mhm.
Doge, remember the big chainsaw guy? Hey! Well,
Yeah. That guy who just became a trillionaire, that dude, right, John?
yeah,
That
yeah.
dude
That
just
that
became
that
a damn
yeah, the
trillionaire.
South African dude.
Don't really fucking belong in his goddamn country if you want
The
my damn
South
opinion on it.
African.
But he can walk in and take people's money, take people's lives. Come on. That's
And this is what
that's
this is why I look at these people who call themselves patriots, and they're like, yeah, you let a South African come in with a chainsaw
Mhm.
and destroy your government, but you're a
Right.
patriot. Okay. Okay.
You okay with that?
I again, you guys don't understand. You have more in common with us than you have against us, unless you're a white supremacist. In that case, I have nothing for you. Okay, if you're a white supremacist, I have not. Do me a favor. If you're a white supremacist, do yourself a favor. Leave. Go. Just leave us alone.
But but first, why don't you come on the show first?
I would love to have a white supremacist come on the show and try to explain. I'm not going to fight with. I want to have a legitimate conversation. The one
Well,
number one question is, why do you hate black people? Why?
oh,
Please,
yeah, that's all I want to know. You
please.
can just answer that question for me. I would love to hear that question. I think I
And
have an
if
idea. The
I,
media did a lot of this, a lot of it. So I get that.
well,
So
yeah.
you know, what?
You're right about that, Yancy. You are so right about that. A lot of it is because you've been brainwashed into thinking that all black men are evil and all black men walk around with canes and switchblades and guns and we all
Mhm.
snorting cocaine and we all after to go do some, get some, this is what you've been taught and it's
Mhm.
wrong. And it's
Yeah,
wrong,
yeah.
you know, um, because black people are probably the most tolerant people that you will probably ever meet. If not, you guys would be in trouble because they'd be like we'd be killing people all kind of ways. We'd be attacking
Yeah.
every white person they see.
And that's
But
not what we do.
we're not like that.
That's not what we do. That's what white
No.
supremacists do. They attack for no reason.
Yeah.
We don't attack for no reason. We don't do that.
No,
Um,
we don't.
that's it's not in our thing to do.
We don't.
Um,
We literally don't.
but I really do believe that I don't know who's that person that can do it, but we need to put together some type of a commission and start understanding where we need to be, how we're going to get there, and how we're going to get things together. We need to start an open dialogue somewhere. Again, I don't know
Right
how it
here.
happens.
Right here.
Maybe it is right here. I don't know. But we need to have an open dialogue on how do we get from here to here? What are those steps? What do we need to do? What do we need to prepare for? All that kind of good stuff. Because I
Right.
believe at some point within the next 10 years, I think this thing should gonna pop wide open.
I don't even think it'll be 10 years. I don't think it's gonna be
Probably
10
won't be
years.
10 years. But yeah, I think it's gonna blow
No,
wide
no.
open, man.
I think we're at the penetration point right now.
Yeah.
I really do. I really, I sincerely do. And again, like you were saying, we need, we need organization. We need some type of, and it's some type of goal. We really, and say we want freedom. Freedom's broad. I want more than that. We want
Mhm.
specifics,
Yeah. Yeah.
specifics. You have to be specific of the things that you want and the
Mhm.
things that we as a public, as human beings need and want, right?
Right.
We have to see how to do that. And I don't, you may not agree with everything. Like, like I always say, like I tell these people, I don't want the government in two consenting adults' bedrooms. I don't care what they do. I don't want the government in there.
Mhm.
And that's the whole thing. I don't care as long as people are not hurting people, if you're not assaulting little children, like a lot of these people are, then you're a consenting adult.
Mhm. That's
I
right.
there's things that I believe that you would believe too. We have more in common than we do apart. So
We
don't
do.
allow them to continue to separate us on just that. And black people, you need to drop all the other crap. I don't care about who did what to who and who did what to when. And all you gang members, all you white, YNs, y'all need to stop that too because we're gonna need y'all too. We don't need y'all fighting against each other. We don't need killing people. We don't need black people killing black people. We need to stop that immediately. This is a major call. Cut it out. It's time to get serious.
Really is. It's really time to organize. It's
It
really start
is.
to get organized. Understand what it is. Understand what are we facing? What are we facing? How do we deal with this? We need to get organized. It is time for that.
Yes. And
I'm
they'll
not
tell
saying get
you,
organized, start killing people.
no,
Don't you take this out of context. Don't take
no,
it take
no.
it out of context.
We need to have organization on how we need to move as a people, what we're going to do in order to be a prosperous people in this country, in this land. in which we're at where we're at, right? This is what we need. And so if there's an organization like that, please contact us.
Mhm.
If there's an organization that if you know someone, please contact us. Because I'm not saying that I have all the answers. I'm not saying I know everything because I don't. I do a hell of a lot of research to know the little bit that I know. All
Mhm.
right. Most of the time I learn that I know that I don't know as much as I need to know.
Mhm.
Okay. But there are people, there are people out there. If you know someone, if you have an organization, get them in contact with us. Let's get together. Let's start doing things together.
Mhm. Yep.
I mean, it's at that point right now. We're at a serious point in time
We really
where
are. We really
all this
are.
playing around and all this other kind of crap that we need to put that to the side.
Mhm.
Again, you know, prepare, prepare, get serious,
Yeah.
start reading things.
But you know what I
Yeah,
do loved about what I saw, and then we'll change subjects real quick, and it
yeah,
kind
change
of
it,
blends
man.
in what we're
Go.
talking, kind of blends in what we're talking about is the World Cup. The
Yes,
World Cup really brought people together. It really did.
yes,
All factional, like everybody just talk. Hey, you see the match? Who do you like? It was wonderful. We need to have things like that all the time, I guess. But the only problem I had a problem with is when dumbass took his stupid ass to the final World Cup. And
man.
you know
Come
what? And
on.
when they was trying to give the damn trophy to the team, the idiot wouldn't walk off the stage. She stayed on
I
up there.
know because he's a
Who did
narcissist. He's a narcissist, man. I saw that. Why the guy tried to rush him off the stage as he went all the way across the stage to try to tell him,
move, motherfucker, move.
move. But no, he got to stand there clapping like a stupid seal. I mean, it's just embarrassing us on a world stage once again. This guy's an embarrassment. He's grandpa that needs to be sit down and eat your soup. I'm sorry, I'm old too, but you know what? This guy needs to just sit down and stop participating.
He
He
needs to.
makes us look. We're laughed at.
The
We're
problem I have a
laughed.
problem is that all during the last year they said Biden is this, Biden is that, Biden is that. And then the Democrats recognize it and they fix the problem. I get it. She didn't win,
Yeah,
but we still said, you're right. We're gonna fix that.
exactly,
This
exactly.
idiot, this idiot,
He's
either wants
worse than
to
Biden ever was, man. This man
ever been.
falls asleep doing
You've never
meetings,
seen Biden sleeping in a damn meeting. Never.
fall asleep in. I mean, he'd be down, he'd be out. Fall asleep in a meeting, right? The man is not healthy, according to what I hear. That he's defecating and pissing on himself because because of all the what I understand. Keep yelling at me. What I understand is that because of all the Adderall and everything that he's taken, he can't control his bowels, so he wears diapers. And now, because of the diuretics he's on, he can't control his urine. Okay, so
Uh,
I mean, it's
if
crazy,
you,
man. I'm like,
if you guys don't believe that, all you gotta do is say, "Hey Google, does is there rumors that Trump stinks?" And let Google
yeah, oh
tell
my
you.
God.
Just that simple
You know,
question.
at the meetings when people are doing like this stuff like this and turning their heads, I'm like, going, oh, this is embarrassing. This is
Yeah,
seriously embarrassing.
yeah.
You know, But again, the Republicans continue to allow him to lead them for whatever
Mhm.
reason.
Yeah,
You
and
know,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
again, all this everything coincides with each other. Everybody goes about politics. It all adds in. It's all points. It all comes back to the same thing, right? The laws that you make, the rules that you have, everything. It comes back to all of that. And
Mhm.
we as a people are going to have to, like Yancy was saying, you guys take this seriously too. If you know somebody, if you know an organization that is saying, "Hey, this is where we're moving. This is how we're headed. This is where we need to go." If you want to open up a dialogue, please be happy. We will be happy to host that dialogue.
Mhm.
But it's time to get going. It's time to get going. It's time to put down put things down. Time to relax. Take time out from partying and having a good time and all that. The World Cup, by the way. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. I like that. Like you said, they had the love thing out there. For 2 seconds, the world was together and everybody was like happy, focused
Mhm.
on a football game or a
Right,
soccer game,
right. So it was great.
which is
I enjoyed
wonderful.
that. It was
Which
really
is
good.
wonderful. I did. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'm glad Spain won for other
Yeah.
reasons we'll talk about some other time.
I
But
think it was cool what he did to the people of Iran, Iranians. They made them stay in
in Mexico,
Mexico. Couldn't stay
yeah,
in
in
the United States.
Mexico.
That was terrible. Oh,
That's
that was wrong.
horrible.
That's
That's horrible, man. You see, this is the whole thing. That's why, again, the guy has no decorum. The guy doesn't. He doesn't understand. He's like, it's like moving next to somebody that you have an open lot. All of a sudden, you start having a bunch of junk hanging all over. It's like, with trailer trash. Sorry. It's like having, that next to you, next door. This guy is really not ready for prime time. He never was. Donald Trump never was. He just had
never was.
money. He had money and he was a white boy. I mean,
That's
because
what
if
he
he was
did.
black, that would never happen.
Never happened.
He was a
Never would
white
have
boy
happened.
and
Yeah.
he used his privilege to get
No.
where he is right now, and right now he's not checked.
Do you guys
So
think you guys let if Barack Obama was making made $2 billion in his presidency, he'd have hung his ass a long time. Well, he'll be in jail.
if
Flat out,
if
right? He'll be in
yep,
jail.
if Barack Obama had his daughters getting government contracts, making billions of dollars, they would have went insane.
Yeah.
Congress would go insane. They would be throwing things all out there. They'd be trying to hang this man, but
Right.
they're allowed Donald Trump because that's his privilege. See, that's what people don't know. When you think
Yeah.
of white privilege, that's what that is.
That's
That's
privilege.
white privilege. You know, and it's insane. It really is insane. Also, man, the wildfires. Oh my God, the wildfires in Canada was bad. The air quality here was horrible, man. But anyway,
Hmm.
we have covered quite a bit today, people.
Hmm.
And what we're asking you guys to do is to contact us, leave comments and let us know what your ideas are, what your thoughts are. We don't want to just we want to hear from you. We don't want to just talk at you. We want to hear from you. This is a dialogue. I used to always say the art of conversation in America is gone because people don't know how to actually give and take. We don't know how to dialogue with each other. And this is what we want you to do. Contact us, right? You can leave comments. We'll contact you. You want to, if you have an idea and you want to appear on the show, let us know with the ideas and appear on the show. We still have people we ask to be on the show that's going to be on the show one day whenever they decide to. But
Hmm.
I think that we can't wait too long because
Yeah.
I really believe we are at an inflection point in our history.
Yeah. Come
Be
on
a
the
part
show.
of history, people.
But if nothing else, come on the show, talk about it, and get your stipend of $1,000.
Remember, yes, he said that.
Wonderful.
Oh man. All right, guys, listen. That's our Monday. That's our reflection of what happened last week and why it happened and what we think is going on. What do you think? What do you think? Leave us comments. All right, guys. Until next week. My name is John Haynes, and I'm saying, wake your ass up.
My name is Yancy. Consider your ass woke.
Yeah, I love that. All right, guys, we will talk to you soon.
Time to get
Peace.
woke.
Peace out.